Some of us are working on implementing, even personally, whatever we can. Everyone needs to be on board. Everyone. I understand people in this capitalist system feel trapped, overworked and underpaid, strapped for free time, etc. After all, it is a system that demands more and more profits be created. Now, I understand that there are multiple family and other obligations, but everyone is going to have to take and make major sacrifices, or we will face even worse circumstances than what I briefly actually just went over. There is a Medicare for All system that already exists for some of our citizens, as I mentioned. Universal basic income is a real, at least short-term solution. In Finland, there's a very successful pilot program right now. And we can start now to create hundreds of worker-owned, democratically structured worker cooperatives in our communities, and as the number of cooperatives grow, we can get more and more people back to work. We can put pressure on the politicians to raise taxes on the rich and the wealthiest corporations again. That has been done before. It was as high as 94 in the 30s, 92% in the 50s. And it does bring more significant amounts of revenue into the system in order to help create millions more jobs. This has been done before with the New Deal in the 1930s, and this can also include providing more resources and support programs for entrepreneurs and those desiring to create worker cooperatives, and for jobs focused on transitioning our energy systems. We can implement free college and trade school training programs, eliminate student loan debt, and even pass legislation to make all of these human rights part of the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. We can demand overturning Citizens United and any law that allows the floodgates of private corporate money and lobbyists to infiltrate our political system on all levels everywhere. We can create a new electoral process for proportional seat representation in our government legislatures, from local to state to federal, and open the system to more than just the so-called two-party political parties. We can implement ranked choice voting for presidential elections so that we aren't limited to the two parties or even to winner-take-all or electoral college systems. We can end superdelegates and coin tosses during the primary season. Stop using the cross-check computer program to remove eligible voters from the rolls and create other regulations to stop the gerrymandering of districts around the country and other corruption in the electoral process. We can do a lot of things to prepare for the next system. More people are realizing this as they learn about the historical realities of nations in the modern civilized world that have had more than one constitution, that change is inevitable. Critics of capitalism are on the rise, as they should be, as the system is analyzed in the 21st century by more people. The signs of a system in decline should clearly show us that the need to build a foundation for the infrastructure of a new system exists. This is not a new thing. There have been times in which this has been done in history. Even in the creation of the USA 250 years ago, a group of people knew that they didn't want to be ruled by the British monarchy or the Church of England. Surely we've come further along in our understanding since that time. If we haven't, we must be honest with ourselves if we want a future world that is truly compassionate, democratic, egalitarian, and equal. This will require much more than reform to address the crises that we have created through the system that dominates. And as I've said, the system that puts profits and money before people and planet is capitalism. In a nutshell, we need priorities of our system that are at the foundation, the basis, and the root of our societies to be more compassionate, equitable, democratic, equal, and egalitarian, truly putting the people and planet before profits and money. We must do this if we are to survive and then thrive on this planet.